I'm 44 years of age. I have 4 children. And what inspired my poem was my past, my life of addictions and life of sorrow, pain, and life of pain and sorrows that I've caused others through my addictions. It's a poem of what my life was. It goes like this. It's called The Lost Souls. Prison bars slamming and handcuffs clicking, down to the lonely dungeon, where nothing but scary screaming sounds of lost souls, of pains and sorrows fills the hole. Loss of love, life, and laughter to gain struggle, stress, and strifes. Nothing more to live for, but a waiting on that one and only letter from her that could relieve my sorrows forevermore. Water drip, drip, dripping down to the floor, from the sweating of my brows, from the stress and anxiety of my mind. Dark, cold, and misery is all I have left to sow. What I thought was my chastisement became my living hell. Pictures flashing through my mind of past failures and resentments and sorrows is now what's in store. I awake to the sounds of click, click, clicking, and what I thought were sounds of handcuffs was really a .38 revolver and my life flashing before my eyes. And what I thought was a jail sentence was life in hell forevermore.
My name is Daniel Reinhardt. I live in West Los Angeles. I have 2 girls. One's a 4-year-old, the other one's 3, and my son has just recently been born. He's only 10 months old, and I've been incarcerated for a little over 8 months now. So I'm trying to get out of jail. I got 2 years with half, so 12 months, and I'm trying to get out to make his first birthday. I'm here to read my poem called Overboard, which was inspired by the Merit Laboratory and a class I take called Creative Writing with one of my teachers, Miss Kristen. And the poem is about a friend that I had deep emotional ties to, which was a big part of my life and growing up, because she had a chemical dependency, and the difficulties with her and our relationship and how it made me feel. And here it is. A deep impression behind a veil so black, so much pain to sustain, one couldn't look back, knowing how deep within the dross wind kept blowing. The dark imperfections kept her wrong. Then I paused and think, should I stand and stay? With all the day spent, should I move on my way? This road only followed by few that are swallowed, an echoing heart that felt so hollow. Torrents of vapid false expectations seep through her flesh like a bleeding sensation. Soon I am engulfed by a pain that takes my breath to a drowning depth without a thing left. And I'd just like to that's it.
My name is Michael Ford. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm 24 years old. I've been in LA County for the last 34 months. Chasing all the luxuries in life landed me on 3-man bunk beds, sleeping on yoga mats. I wrote this poem, and it was inspired by some of the situations or experiences that I've had over my first time in jail. It's so tempting to tell of today's torture, my mind being dragged into today's culture, silent victory, unmoved sculpture, tested time after time. Bronze buckshot bullets burn, an ethical enabler in an emerald urn, yet incarcerated, so he missed his turn. Nothing changes, sign after sign. Most days are dark, some only dim. My friends have croaked, and so have my kin. Death waits for everyone, you mustn't forget. Yet I'm pushing all in, on every bet, time after time.
My name is Billy D. Woods. I'm from Sacramento, California. My biggest aspect of the dream was to come to prison, you know, because I see all my big homeboys come to prison, and they come home, they have a barbecue for them, and that was something I wanted to live up to until that day came to me, and I just seen how stupid it was. Well, my short stories was inspired by my teacher, Miss Christian, in my writing class, and she just told me the 5 different things of the story, and it came from the heart. It's about my son, my first son that was born, and what I went through in the visiting room. It's a moment I wish all fathers can go through. It's called Innocent Life from Sin. I remember this precious day, a gift from God, like it was yesterday. August 10th, 1998, 8:45, 8 pounds, 19 inches long. A priceless jewel, how it lit up the room. Once the doctor asked me to cut the umbilical cord, everything I ever done flashed right before my eyes. I started to think to myself, how could something so beautiful, so fragile, so breathtaking come from me? How does an innocent baby who doesn't know right from wrong automatically clinch to me for life support, for protection, for unconditional love? It seemed this moment lit up the room like a glow. I held it in my hand. All around me felt as it was in slow motion. I saw doctors, nurses in their white and blue gowns, blue scrubs on their feet, machines beating like a heartbeat. Boop, boop. Lights on the ceiling seemed extra bright. Doctor saying, "Sir." I hear him, but it wasn't registering. I was in like a hazel daze. Even though I could hear or see the nurses and doctors, I couldn't respond or comprehend what was going on. My mind flashed to me being a kid, wishing I had a daddy, a father figure of some sort. As I was getting older, I remember promising myself I wouldn't not leave my children alone if I ever had any kids. Now here I was wondering, how did I come to this day? Here at UC Davis Medical Center on Stockton Boulevard in Sacramento, California. Me, the gangbanger, who at one point didn't have a care for the world. I didn't have a care in the world about your life or mine for that matter. It was my gang I represented or nothing. At one point, I was willing to die or take a life for my gang. I disrespected every woman I be in a relationship with, treated them as they was my mother. I had a grudge, ill feelings toward my mother from my childhood into my teenage years. She had left me alone in these streets to fend for myself in this world. So I took out my anger and hate on every female I was with, either by straight out dogging them or cheating on them or playing being mean. I didn't take their feelings into consideration. It was my way or the highway. Now here I was, standing with booties on my feet, gloves on my hand, a gown covering my body, scissors in one hand, umbilical cord in the other. The doctor was so softly tapping me on my shoulder, saying, "Sir, sir." He was getting very, very impatient with me. He kept calling my name with no prevail. I heard him. I saw him. I was looking right through him. Coming in and out of my days for a brief moment, one last thought came to me. Wow, this precious jewel is mine. I have to man up and be there for my seed by any means necessary. His cry is so innocent, like a bird that had just hatched from his egg and was taking his first breath of air. That sound brought tears to my eyes. Then it was the other sound again. "Sir, will you please cut the cord?" The cord was white with a green tint and slimy. It was attached to my jewel. I must cut this cord to free my jewel from captivity from his mother. And I thought, and there goes that sound again, interrupting my thoughts. I finally cut the cord, and when I did, I realized something. An innocent life came from my life of sin.
A little bit about myself. Well, I'm a father of 6. I've started coming in and out of jails about 15 years ago. It's my second prison term. But then, like this time around, it's been pretty good. You know, I've been afforded the opportunity to learn about myself, to try to better myself. This poem's called Freedom. And it goes like this. Freedom to roam and cares forgotten. Freedom and not a place to call home. Still, freedom allows one to roam. Freedom inside walls, I don't know why. Does one not consider where it may lead when freedom forgets it's a beautiful seed? Freedom awaits time's passing, She waits for me. I don't know why. I believe it's that the eyes never lie. Knowing who I am assured my freedom will be in the blink of an eye. As I wait for time to pass, there's a spirit in this mass. It shouts aloud, there's freedom within, get off this road filled with sin. I breathe and never acknowledge the time. This is the key to this way of life, the life I've now grown to know. You see it as me who chooses to travel this road. Why on earth, when I already know where it leads? Taken off track, I refuse life for slavery as I turn my back. Yet again trapped by walls, I begin to see freedom again. You see, freedom is not time nor place. It is simply God's amazing grace. Grace to know and look within, to see my freedom and free from sin. Happiness and freedom, an inside job, tested by faith from behind these walls. So I shake my chains and I begin to break free. I look inside the new and real me.
My name is Ricky Bellows. I'm from the San Fernando Valley, a little city called Granada Hills. And I'm happy to have a change in my life. And for the first time in my life, I could see the change happening. And through the power of God, I hope this change continues to happen. My poems teach me to write. Will you teach me to write? Teach me the skill? Will you shed some light so these lines I can fill? I need to know if I got to grow. How do I start? Does it come from my heart? Or is it something in my head instead? Can you feed me till I'm red and bled? Will you nourish my mind so that I might find the design that I can call mine? I just don't want to rewind the kind of lines that I've already been fed. Beating a dead horse, as they said. Open my brain, you'll see I'm insane. But aren't we all that answer this call? When people speculate us, they create us. So what's the fuss? I could yell, I could cuss. Or not say a word, I'll stand out, minus or plus. So will you teach me to write? Give me a clue? Teach me what's right? Show me what to do? I can walk through the dark and find the light that shines. I can start a fight or create a peace, show you my love or exploit a disease, share new depths or find new height. Can you just show me how to write?
I grew up in Pacific Palisades, graduated Palisades High School, class of '84. I was raised in a classical music family. My mother played cello, piano, and violin. My sister's a violinist. She plays for the LDS Symphony. And I switched to a bass guitar and then guitar when I was 14 after playing in orchestras and chamber music because I decided I liked rock and roll. Till the very end, a love poem. I hope these words I sing to you are clear. Please listen with your heart and not your ears. A love that's strong can overcome our fears of being all alone. I really love your personality. You make me laugh so cute and cuddly. Life's precious moments at eternity deep inside my mind. And I know my love for you is long and bright and strong and true. Oh yeah, a faithful, loyal love to weather life's storms, me and you. So when you hear this song, I hope you'll see exactly just how much your love means to me. Like puzzle pieces fitting perfectly until the very end. And I know my love for you is long and bright and strong and true. Oh yeah, a faithful, loyal love to weather life's storms, me and you. So if you think your love for me is true, and in your heart you know that I love you, there's nothing left to say but yes
I do till the very end.